And now moving to Europe, as the United States cuts military aid to Ukraine, Europe is taking charge and extending support to President Volodymyr Zelensky. Both France and the United Kingdom have promised to continue sending military aid to Kyiv. In addition, European NATO allies are now arming themselves as they brace for President Donald Trump's possible reduction in aid to the alliance. This comes after the commander-in-chief repeatedly threatened to stop U.S. guarantees to Europe if all NATO members do not increase their military spending. However, the United States is bound by NATO Chapter 5, which states that NATO allies have to defend each other in the case of an attack. Meanwhile, Sweden is turning to Germany for advanced air-launched long-range cruise missiles for its Gripen fighter jets. Named the Taurus, these missiles can be used for conducting deep strikes into Russian territory. The Swedish Air Force is also updating its doctrine on how it intends to retaliate if Russia expands the war in Ukraine towards Europe. Meanwhile, the European Union has called for a massive surge in defense manufacturing.
And indeed, tomorrow I will inform the member states through a letter about the Rearm Europe plan. We need a massive surge in defense without any question. We want lasting peace, but lasting peace can only be built on strength. And strength begins with strengthening ourselves. And that is the purpose of the plan that I will present to the member states tomorrow, the Rearmed Europe.
Everyone is also convinced that Europe has to take on more responsibility and start bearing the burdens associated with building a defense industry, increased aid for Ukraine during the war, and greater spending within NATO on their defense budgets.
Now, since joining NATO in March of last year, Sweden has increased its military interactions and deployments with other European allies. In fact, just last month, Sweden hosted large-scale military drills simulating cross-border assaults and strikes.
It's going on a NATO operation in the Baltic Sea called Baltic Sentry, with a focus on protecting critical infrastructure on the bottom, as well as working against hybrid threats. And it's a large group of vessels in the Baltic Sea with substandard, who makes a threat for sea safety and also for the environment. And we must have the ability to act fast and forcefully at sea and or at a harbor like this, together with other authorities, that working together in an operation, and that's what we're training right here.
And now, as President Donald Trump cuts back support for Ukraine, European allies are stepping up in a major way, not only to protect the lives of millions, but also to ensure the legitimacy of a democratic and rules-based world.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month we have viewers up to 150 million, that's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.